All right, guys, you need to stick around for this video. We're going to be giving you an update, going over all the things coming to the channel here very soon. So if you are not subscribed and you are a fearless wrestling fan, click that subscribe button now. We're trying to get to 100 so we can have a custom URL. As you can see back there, once we hit 100, we can get a custom URL and then really get this thing off the ground. You can also follow us on all those other social media links there. But this video here is to tell you what we have going on. First of all, we've won a few giveaways lately. I guess we've been pretty lucky. This is a channel I do with my son, and so everything we do with this channel, whether we win something or what have you, pretty much either goes back into the channel or goes to my kids. I have 3 children, all of which have participated in this channel in some way or another. We right now are doing a lot of reviews because, again, we're trying to get to that 100 subs. Once we hit that 100 subs, we're planning on doing a few different things. We're planning on launching a website, possibly. With this website, we're going to have things like our roster for our PicFed. We'll probably post news from our PicFed, which will also be posted on some of our different social media links. We'll have our link tree through the website, so all of our links will be in one nice place for you to go to follow us on the different things. We will also post blog posts with some of our opinions and things like that. But yeah, so the website will eventually be the central hub for everything. But I don't want to truly launch it until I have our custom URL. Because again, once we get this custom URL, we will have everything we need to really get this thing going. We have been working on our very first episode for our figure fed that'll be posted up on the YouTube channel. We've been working pretty hard. We've got months of writing done for how we want to book out storylines, different titles, different debuts of wrestlers, things like that. Really cool stuff. But in the meantime, we do have some reviews of figures we want to do. We have older reviews that we've recorded that haven't all made it on the channel. If you want to see what those figures are, you can head on over to our Instagram. Just go through on our profile the new figures we have. Most of those, if they're in a box or just freshly out of a box, you'll see and you'll know that those reviews are coming. Now, with that said, I'm going to just show you guys some of the latest stuff we've got. We do still have some packages coming from like Ringside Collectibles, which we did use code WASTED. If you want to help out my boy Wasted over there, he's on Instagram, he's also on TikTok, things like that. But he has saved us 10% off on our order, so thank you again, Wasted, for that. As well as thank you for this Fiend figure that we won. We also have won a Dave Batista from another channel. I'm going to post the link to that channel up here at the top, so you can go check that channel out. It's a newer channel that we recently subscribed to. They have some really cool reviews over there. They've reviewed like the Yokozuna, Earthquake, and I believe all the other Royal Rumble, Jimmy Hart Build-A-Figure videos. Haven't had the chance to watch too much more of his content, but I do appreciate his content. I also want to thank one of our regular viewers to this channel, Wrestlistic. Wrestlistic's been doing some cool stuff. Has some new 3D printed things in his store, has some more backdrops and things that he's also selling PDFs of. So go check out Wrestlistic as well. If you don't know who Wrestlistic is, he does a lot of stuff with some of the bigger figure fed guys who have like GCW, WSC. He also works with Danny Meltzer. So you could check him out. He works with a whole slew of other people as well. Very, very great content creator, as also just a creative person doing a lot of stuff for the community. So with that, though, I want to get into, again, some of the other stuff that we have been very fortunate to get. Again, Dave Batista's coming. I've got an order that I've been waiting on for a while from Ringside Collectibles. The Ringside Collectibles order has a few different things in it. And then also my friend TJ's Wrestling Edits. He's been working real hard to get me to do customs lately. I've been wanting to do customs, and he's been kind of educating me on the back end, talking about how to place like tattoos and logos on things, and even supplied me with some cool stuff very recently. The things I was waiting for from Ringside Collectibles. So we are still waiting on a Brock Lesnar Ultimate Edition, the older one. We're waiting on a Randy Orton with the Wrestlemania Build-A-Figure, HBK with the WrestleMania Vince McMahon Build-A-Figure. I'm sorry, Randy Orton is not the Build-A-Figure. The Randy Orton is just the white trunks with the chair and the goggles, Randy Orton. Sorry, we're waiting on the HBK Vince Build-A-Figure, Stone Cold Steve Austin WrestleMania Vince Build-A-Figure. So those are the things we're waiting on at the moment. Also waiting on a few more street clothes figures. We got a Shane McMahon in a suit coming. We got DDP in jeans with the longer hair. We've got Kurt Angle suited and a Jerry Lawler in the black shirt coming as well. So we've got those four coming. Really excited about all the stuff we've got going on. So with that, I'm going to show you some of the other figures we're going to be reviewing soon. Hopefully within the next couple weeks. But we're going to try and get those filmed in the next couple days and just start cranking them out for you. The first one I want to show you, the box got a little rough in the mail. This was sent to me by my friend TJ over there that I already mentioned. And that is this Brock Lesnar Ruthless Aggression. I had to have this. And the reason is just right here in the front of this. Sorry about the camera. It's the Undisputed title. This title is my favorite belt of all time. I had to have that belt. So you can kind of see it there. It does have a chip on it, unfortunately. Some of the paint's gone. So I'm either going to have to touch that. You can see the little black spot right there. I'm either going to have to touch that myself with some paint or maybe try to get another Brock Lesnar just so I can get that little thing taken care of. It's not a huge deal, but, you know, me being the way I am, that's just how I am. So anyways, still awesome figure. I'm really excited about it. That is a belt that I definitely want to use for our figure fed. Will it be for the FWL? Probably not, because for the FWL, we're using that belt over there, the old big gold WCW belt, also known as the WWE Heavyweight title, after it was bought out by WWE. Another figure is we have this beautiful Ultimate Warrior Ultimate Edition. It comes with the Intercontinental title and the Eagle Globe, the winged eagle title. So love that. I think the figure is really cool, and I'm really into the belts. Having a yellow Intercontinental title is kind of cool. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but I'm definitely going to use the winged eagle belt at some point for something. So again, very cool. And you know, I'm a fan of the golden age of wrestling, the old late 80s, early 90s, especially WWE. I liked some of the WCW stuff back then. I did like Sting back then. I used to watch Saturday Night Main Event and stuff like that as a kid on TBS. So again, really cool. Got the Ultimate Edition John Cena right there with the spinner belt. So again, we will be looking at that soon. I've got the Angel Garza here, Elite Series 84. Comes with the pants. Pretty excited about that. We actually won in a figure lot this figure, but I have another one right here, and that's Carrion Cross. So I did actually sell the loose figure I had. I will be reopening this one and keeping this one because, again, I would rather have the brand new one rather than the loose out of the package one. So this one will be a little bit tighter, I'm hoping, in the joints. And I'm a big fan of Carrion Cross. I actually want to get the other Carrion Cross too, because I like that gear a little bit more for when it comes to figures. In real life, I'm hoping he wrestles in the black trunks. But I'll be honest, in figure form, I like the gladiator look for the figure. So it's also why I'm interested in the Retribution guys like T-Bar and Mace. I also still want to... I want to get all the Retribution guys, just because I think they look cool in their gear. Another one we have here is Triple H DX. So we got that one that we'll be opening and checking out. We also have Jake the Snake, also from Legends Series 13. Comes with the snake, comes with the bag. Jake the Snake Roberts, originally we had big plans for him with our figure fed. Our plans have changed from what we originally had. We had a lot of stuff when we were originally going to launch a few months ago. We had a lot of stuff that had a lot of legends. Unfortunately, a lot of the guys we were planning on using were basics. And, you know, I had a talk with my son, and I just decided I did not want to use basics. And so basics are not going to be used in our wrestling matches, and that's just the way it's going to be. I just think basics are a little bit harder to use for things like that, especially when you're talking about posing like submission moves and stuff like that. But for like crowd or managers or whatever, totally fine. Announcers, basics are fine. Just not for in-ring talent. And then we also have a couple of the Wrestlemania Build-A-Figures. We've got AJ Styles right here. And we've got Bret the Hitman Hart. So again, we're just waiting on the other two. We're waiting on the Stone Cold HBK from Ringside Collectibles. And then we will do all of those ones together, as well as the Vince McMahon, make it one big video for the WrestleMania Elite. Because I just think doing that as one video is probably the best way to do it. We're probably going to do the Legends right here as well as one big video for those two. Just to kind of do that, because I think that makes sense. Doing a video, especially if you have the whole series, just doing it as one big video rather than little smaller videos. I think there's a place for like the smaller videos, but eventually the idea with this channel is this is not necessarily going to be a review channel moving forward. It's going to be a figure fed channel. So we're doing the reviews now, kind of build up some steam with our content, get some things out, but eventually we don't want you to know every figure we get, because sometimes getting these figures is going to give away what we have planned, maybe with storylines or things like that. So ultimately, in the end, I think it's going to be about, the figure fed and promoting our shows and, stuff like that. Maybe even doing Q&As and letting you guys ask questions and, hanging out with you guys. Maybe occasionally we'll do customs, or maybe we'll have tutorials on stuff like that after we, have a guy debut or something. So we've got ideas, and we're excited about it, but we don't want to spoil anything, for future shows, future figure-fed stuff. I do want to quickly show you some other stuff we got that's going to be cool, because, we've got over here, let me move this. This is going to be a birthday present for my 4-year-old son, soon-to-be 4-year-old son. He's also probably going to get a Cody and a Stardust that I picked up in a lot that are basics. So he always wants to see Cody, so that's like his guy. But I picked this up at a bin store. It's like an outlet store that they get like pallets and everything in the store on one day is one price, and it goes down every day. But we picked this up, and I just thought this was really cool. Be really awesome to use for different things, whether it's an entrance set, or you can have a guy coming up here to jump off down onto a guy. Like it's really cool. So a lot of things you can do with it. Hook it up to a vehicle, pull it, whatever. I mean, the wheels don't spin, but it could be used for like a 4th of July entrance set or whatever. So found it, was able to pick this up, and I thought it was cool. I thought it was going to be interesting. So, we'll see what happens, how we'll use it in the future. But I like it. And you can see the scale looks good. The other thing we picked up a Kane basic and a Dexter Loomis basic. I wanted to call him Sam Shaw. We picked up both of these basics. This one was in a figure lot. This one I picked up elsewhere. But I have them wearing Raw shirts. And the idea behind the Raw shirts for the FWL is we decided to come up with these shirts and use them for our EMTs. And what we're going to call them is Raw Emergency. That's it. It's just when the EMTs come in, they wear these Raw shirts. I might try to get a couple more of these shirts so I can put them on different people. Might even not use Kane. I noticed his feet get a little loose, and so he does have a tendency to fall forward. So I might work him out of it. Also might take those elbow pads off. Kane's very recognizable, so that's part of the issue there. And I do have Kane, obviously, as the masked Decade of Destruction style outfit. So I don't know if we want to use Kane also here like this, considering we're going to use the other Kane. So, once again, I think, it's fun. It's a nice little idea that my son and I had to have Raw Emergency. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll just throw on red shirts on guys, and that'll be the Emergency Crew's colors. They'll wear red. and that's how you know that somebody's injured or needed medical attention. So would like to eventually work out these guys and maybe get somebody else. I do like the Dexter Loomis though as an emergency crew guy. Was thinking about the DDP in jeans, making him the second guy who was part of our emergency crew. But then this came in a figure lot, so I was like, no, I think Kane works for now. So we'll see. I might, like I said, I might phase it out. But would love to know what you think about that, guys. But things are set. I feel really good. I think we've got our setup for the most part good. We still got to make our banners that are going to go along the top up there. I was talking to my son about it. He wants something like when you go to a sporting event and you've got like championship banners that hang from the rafters. So we are going to make banners for our titles, and we're going to put the champions on them. And so the first champion will be the first one, and and keep going down. And if even if it's like their third reign, we're going to have it say 3 next to it if it's their third reign or whatever. I think that's kind of the idea right now. I think it's kind of a cool, unique idea, and I think we're going to run with that for a bit because it's unique. It's going to make things again unique to the FWL, and we also during the day when I can't get out here to work on things because I've got 3 kids with me during the day right now until school starts next week. We've been talking about merchandise, possibly selling like shirts with our logo and stuff like that. So we might make show flyers like in the old school format and put them on FWL shirts. So you could buy like the shirts based on the shows from like Teespring or heck, maybe even Pro Wrestling Tees. I'm not sure where we're going to post it up yet, but it's something that we thought was kind of cool to do. And I think we're going to work on that. So we're definitely going to have a logo shirt because my son's really proud of all this. And he's asked me countless times, can we have a shirt that says FWL or Fearless Wrestling League on it? And I've told him we can do it for sure. So I'm going to get him a shirt with the logo as a print on demand. And in the process, we'll at least make it available for you guys if you want to support us. We'll use that money to go back into the channel, probably buy equipment because I need to get a new camera for this. I'm using a webcam at the moment for this right here. I would like smaller 3-point lighting. Right now I've got like this big one up here. I've got another big one over there. That one's off right now, but I'd like to get smaller 3-point lighting. I tried to use this light above us. That didn't work well. But I'd like to get smaller 3-point lighting I can just clip on to this board. It is reinforced with wood here, so you can see. So I would like to do that because I think having good lighting is very important when filming stuff. It would be cool to have just smaller 3-point lighting. And then I also want to build, a trellis that kind of hangs above the ring. Probably just out of camera sight, but in some camera shots it might show up. And then it's also something I could eventually hang belts from. Maybe even have little smaller LED lights, things like that. And we can play with lighting a bit more for entrances and what have you. Now, the other thing we've talked about doing, my son really, really, really wants us to have a crowd. So right now, this is what we got going on. We've got these chairs here. I think we're going to put audience members there. We're not going to have a huge crowd right now, but we're probably going to have an audience there. That's what we're thinking about. So we're thinking about having a crowd there. Obviously, over here is where the medics stand. But we've also thought about, I'm going to do it. I actually want to put the announce team back there. I want to put them up high. I want them to be as high as the skull logo thing there, up in the corner there. Because, one, I don't want there to be action happening at the announce table where people are getting slammed on the announce table. Could have it happen eventually. Maybe they work their way up onto the platform up there. But either way, I want that to be on a platform, I think, in the corner. And then I do think that we could put in some more chairs if we get more chairs. I'm going to buy these, which D Young Custom sent me those. I'm definitely going to buy some of those. And I could put those over there, and that's more of a crowd. And then again, I could put that all underneath the raised announce team. And then we have an audience. We have a crowd over there. You know what I mean? And so from there, I think it would present really well. We'd have an audience, maybe do a standing audience along the wall, do the barricade blocking the audience there. So again, you'd have audience, which would be really cool. And then you'd have like a little walkway behind the audience that goes over there, and then they can go up to where the announcers could be, is kind of what I'm thinking. I think that would be really cool. So yeah, and then obviously right now back here we've got these guys. So, we've got Money Inc., MVP, Triple H, Stephanie, our ring announcer, Fandango. Not using him as Fandango, but that's our ring announcer. And then we've got our referee, Aubrey Edwards. So those, I think I'm going to place them somewhere, just not right here. I'll probably place them in the back, in the back corner underneath the thing, just standing off to the side. But again, I like how things are coming along where we are ready to film our first show. In fact, I am filming our first show with this current setup. This is the setup for our first show. Again, we're going to put some audience members right there. So we're definitely going to have that, but it's not going to be a full crowd, obviously. Only 5 chairs, so it's not going to be a full crowd. I have a plastic bin with guys in shirts down under here. That we're going to use. They're all basics. But we're going to use them as our audience. And I think it's going to be awesome. I'm really excited about this. I have a lot of fun playing with the idea of booking this stuff and talking about it with my son and planning these things out. I absolutely love it. I grew up playing games like EWR by Adam Ryland, Total Extreme Wrestling, also by Adam Ryland. I've been playing since TEW since 2006 or 2008, whenever it came out, the first one. And I bought every one since. The very first game I played like that was EWB 9000, I think. It was like a black, white, green, and red text-based game. It had WCW, ECW, and WWF in the game. They had wrestlers where their stats were 1 to 10. You had a set amount of venues. And then you couldn't even pick the winner as far as I remember. That was my very first Adam Ryland game, and I had a blast with it. And then EWR came out, and I never looked back. I love booking simulators. So it's one of my favorite things to do is to fantasy book wrestling and talk about it, which if you're interested in that stuff, check out our TikTok, because I talk about that stuff on TikTok all the time. I speculate on what's going on behind the scenes. So if you want to talk about wrestling, head on over to our TikTok. All of our links are back here, so they're also in the description below, but you can check out all those links to get more about that. So we are having a blast. I haven't incorporated my son on the TikTok side yet. I haven't had him weigh in with his opinions. He doesn't tend to have a ton. He usually just says, this wrestler's better, he should win. How did he lose? He's so much better than the other one. That's just kind of the thought process he has. So so anyways, what do you think? Let us know in the comments below what you think about our setup, what you think about some of the things we talked about, reviews. Do you hope that we'll continue reviews once we do the figure fed? Do you just want us to do the figure fed? What do you want to see out of our channel moving forward? Again, right now the plan is to do these reviews. They're fun. Before we move into the figure fed and more of the stop motion, and then also sometimes you'll see us like moving guys like this, off camera instead of stop motion, because it's quicker and easier. So we'll be doing all sorts of stuff like that as well. So let us know what you want to see, though. We do want your input, and my son and I talk about this pretty regularly. So would love to know what you want to see out of the channel. Not that we're going to necessarily do it. We're going to do what we like doing, what we want to do. But it's always good to get, feedback from people who are enjoying the channel and planning on watching it. So, with that, thank you guys for watching. Be sure again to hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you guys next time. As my son would say, peace out.